Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yessy Agustin. I'm from class 3C. I'm gonna explain about fake news in our today's social media. So the first is, what is social media? Social media is an almost inevitable part of today's society, but can it be a trust source of news? The answer is not always. The following is an explanation of what fake news is circulating on social media, when did it start to happen, and how to get accurate information. So let's start from the definition of fake news. So there are two types of fake news. First is the story is not true. This is entirely a story created to make people believe something is wrong, to buy a certain product or to visit a certain website. And the second is stories that have some truth but are not uh, 100% accurate. For example, a journalist cites only part of what a politician says, giving the wrong impressions of its meaning. Again, this could be intentional to convince the reader of a certain point of view, or it could be an unintentional mistake. This method quickly attracts an audience. It can even take root as an urban legend. And more explain about fake news. The first is, since when is false information spreading? False information is nothing new, as it has been a hot topic since 2017. Traditionally, we have to get our news from trust sources, journalists, and media outlets who are required to follow a strict code of ethics. However, the internet has enabled new ways to publish, share, and consume information and news with little regulation or editorial standard. Today, many people get their news from social media sites or networks, and it is often difficult to say whether the news is credible or not. Information overload and general lack of understanding of how the internet works by people have also contributed to the increase in fake news or fake stories. Social media sites can play a big role in increasing the reach of this type of news. And next is, where did fake news come from? Fake news is nothing new. What's new, however, is how easy it is to share information, both true and false, on a large scale. Social media platforms allow almost everyone to publish their thoughts or share stories to the world at large. The problem is most people don't check the source of the material they see online before they share it, which can cause fake news to spread quickly or even go viral. At the same time, it is increasingly difficult to identify the original source of the news, making it difficult to assess its accuracy. However, not all fake news is found online. How occurs who gossip or browse print publication who neglect to fact check, for example, are also to blame for spreading untruthful information even if unintentionally. And next is how to deal with it. One of the things we have to do is use the power of social media. Combating fake news on social media can start with fellow users posting to each other and the platform itself. Social media platforms make money by selling user data to ad companies, which is why you will often see ads tailored to your interests or search history. It is important to know the context. You should be aware that the news you see in social media feeds is filtered based on previously collected data. If you represent a business using social media as a marketing platform, it's important to keep posts consistent with your brand and share things on your timeline that can build a relationship with customers or showcase quality content. So the conclusion is fake news on social media may be unavoidable. However, you can help stop the spread by thinking critically, maintain a healthy level of curiosity for what you read in social media feeds, understand how social media platforms select what you see, and use journalism traits frequently. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.